Nyjee, but everyone calls me Nyjee. So already know, you can call me Nyjee. Today we are going to be talking about dessert wine. This is the reason why I created this series on my channel. I absolutely adore dessert wine. It's probably my favorite wine to talk about. So this is definitely going to be one of those videos where you want to get a snack, probably a pen and paper, because we're going to be learning a lot today. But plot twist, I'm going to be bringing you very much Baileysarian vibes, and I'm going to be doing my makeup while we talk about wine. So if that's something you're interested in, please keep on watching. I have this idea of pretty much doing my makeup while talking about dessert wine, just because I thought, you know, I mean, I would just sit in front of a camera and talk about wine and I would kind of get bored. And so I just wanted to put a little twist on it, honestly. But I do have some notes. I'm going to be looking to my right here and there, just so I can like read the credentials, just so I don't miss anything. Dessert wines, you'll hear me say words that kind of go along with desserts. So you'll hear me say things like creamy, chocolate, vanilla, things that go with wine, but don't let the word dessert wine get you. You can drink dessert wine at any point in time in the day. You can drink it with your breakfast, you can drink it with your lunch, your dinner. You know, I'm not here to judge you, girl, but they just have notes and characteristics of things that would be in the dessert realm. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I'm gonna start with a super sparkling Moscato. We've talked about Moscato on this channel before, but I'm going to be talking to you about the dessert version of a Moscato, which is a Moscato dei Santi, which is the more evanescent or sparkling type of wine. It's the Moscato, but the dessert version. So I'm going to be talking about the Stefano Moscato. This ABV is a 5%, so you know that means it's definitely on the sweeter side. The notes are lots of white flowers and tropical fruit, and how it is mostly described is sweet and not heavy. I've had this Moscato a few times and I definitely can agree that it is sweet, but it is not heavy, so I think that's why it works so well with desserts. And I think a dessert that would go really nice with these are like nuttier type of desserts, so like pecan tarts, pralines, just like things that have more like a nuttier consistency. I think it really helps bring out the flavors of the nuttiness, but also it's not a wine that's going to change completely of what you're eating, if that makes sense. Next, what I'm going to talk about is the Gewürztraminer. It is a German wine. The prefix means spicy. So I want that to scare you, because the wine that this falls under, it's not really spicy. It doesn't really mean spicy in the wine world. It just means that it has more of a punch. And for this one in particular, I chose the Chateau Santo Gewürztraminer. I think that this is an incredibly great Gewürztraminer. I think this is a great addition in this variety. So the ABV comes in at 12.5, so it is higher on that ABV scale, so it's not necessarily going to be the sweetest thing in the whole wide world, but it's definitely on the semi-sweet side just because there's that evanescence or that sparkle. It's really nice. It can be described as semi-sweet. The notes that go along with that are nuts, definitely nutmeg. I definitely get like clove spice from this. I think it's really, really nice with Asian dishes, just that aren't desserts, but dessert-wise, as long as they're mild, and it really, really goes nice with your charcuterie boards, your charcuterie boards. They go really, really nice with mild cheeses, and I think this is a really great addition to someone who wants to drink white wine but wants to try dessert wine. I definitely recommend this more than the Moscato, in my opinion. The next variety I'm going to talk about in dessert wines, because there's a bunch that can be categorized, but I just want to make sure that it makes sense to the ones that I'm talking about. I'm going to be talking about ice wines, and that doesn't necessarily mean that ice wines are like chilled or that they're found in a fridge. Ice wines are grapes that are frozen and that the sugars in ice wine don't freeze, but the water does, so that gives the wine its name. Cool, right? So the ice wine that I chose for this is the Wagner Rising. The Wagner Rising is definitely a more full-bodied type of white wine. It is described as very creamy. I have not had a chance to taste this more than a glass. I really enjoyed the glass that I had though. It definitely is notes of peaches, apricots, and I definitely thought I got a hint of pineapple. That could have just been my taste buds, but I definitely had the hint of pineapple in there. This would be so incredible with cobbler. I think that it would be so incredible with cobbler, simply for the fact that it isn't numbingly sweet, and it's like one of those wines that would go really nice with like your desserts, because it's pretty much finishing the job that your dessert isn't doing, you know? Like, you know, when it's like someone's like, oh, I like dessert, but I don't like them to be like sickening sweet. If a dessert could be a wine, this to me definitely is it. I just really enjoyed the glass that I had, like, and it stayed with me for a while. I've had this glass over like 2 months ago, and I'm obsessed with it. And honestly, every time I go to the store, I look at it, I'm just like, wow, I should buy it, but like, it's always sold out. Like, I look at the little tag, and I'm just like, damn, girl, where you at? My favorite part of dessert wines are the reds. The reds to me are so versatile. They just have such a range. And dessert wine in particular made me really appreciate red wine. So the first red wine I'm going to start with is a sweet red. These were the first type of red wines that I tried because I was scared to branch out. So the one I'm going to talk about is a sweet red that is definitely sweet, and I think what drew me to this is the dark chocolate notes. It is the Stella Fiore Brachetto. Brachetto is such a great variety, period, but it is not Stella Rosa. Okay, I'm saying it right this time, but it's not Stella Rosa. Stella Rosa, please don't pick up the wrong one, okay? Oh, it's amazing. So it has a 7% ABV. It does have notes of dark chocolate, like I was saying. The notes itself are like strawberry. I definitely get raspberry. I get a little bit of blackberry. Oh, it's so good. Like, especially like, I was the kid that used to put sugar on top of their fruit sometimes. Like, that was just me. But if you like that taste, this is exactly what this wine tastes like to me. But I definitely feel like you should give it a try. Definitely, if you want to get into reds and you want to have somewhere to start, this is definitely a good place to start. I don't feel like wearing foundation today, so I'm just gonna wear concealer because that's the mood that I'm in. I really don't feel like doing a lot. Okay, so on to the next one. The next one I'm going to talk about is another red. This red necessarily isn't the most sweet, but decadent. This is definitely how I would describe this. It is the Ménage Trois Silk Red Blend. A red blend, firstly, is exactly what it is. It's a blend of different kinds of reds. So the Ménage Trois Silk is a blend of Malbec, Petite Syrah. It is one of the most delicious Pinot Noirs I've had for under $10. Honestly, truly, it is so good, and it is unbelievably cheap, and it has an ABV of 13.5. I know that's kind of high, so it's not necessarily the sweetest thing in the world, but it is so decadent. Like, I cannot describe it to you any other way. Like, it is just so flavorful, and it's just it had so much depth to it. Notes are cherry and raspberry. Like, oh, it just tastes like a date night. Like, it just tastes like a romantic dinner. This is such a sexy wine. The dark chocolate and the hint of like rose petals that like you smell, like, oh my God, what? It is so beautiful, and it's such a, oh, it's such one of those like underrated wines that's just sitting on the shelf. So go to your like fine wine store, or you know, your liquor store or Publix, and I know it's there, and I know you walk right past it because you're looking at that Pinot Noir and you're thinking, oh girl, that's not sweet. You can do better. It's time to branch out. Okay, I promise you, you can do it. But this is such a great wine. Definitely one of my top fave dessert wines. Last one I'm gonna talk about is definitely another favorite of mine, and in the dessert realm is definitely a port wine. Port wines are wines that are fortified, and fortified just means that a distilled spirit that is normally added to the wine. So port wine comes from Portugal, Portugal. So they're very sweet red wines, and I think that they're really enjoyable for people who enjoy sweet white wine. I think they can get jiggy with some sweet wine as well. Called the Trentadue port chocolate wine. Y'all, when I saw this, I've tried it, and you know what got me? It was the chocolate. I love chocolate so much, and you tell me you making wines based off my favorite snack? Girl, say less. I say less. This wine is an 18.5 ABV, so if you're definitely one of those people that are like, oh, I just drink to get messed up, or one of those people that are like, oh, wine don't get you, you know, tipsy. Okay, you just not drinking that right stuff because that barefoot ain't getting you messed up. That's why. But that ain't none of my business. Very sweet, definitely a medium body red. So interesting. The notes are like chocolate, blackberry. I definitely get a hint of like a like dark chocolate and milk chocolate type of blend. Like, definitely that. It's delicious. Trentadue wine, I think it's really nice with ice cream, just like plain old vanilla ice cream. I think that it is such a great, oh, it's such a great dessert wine, and it's definitely one that I don't think people talk about enough. So I'm gonna talk about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and always coming back on Wednesday to help come hang out with your girl. I greatly appreciate it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this list of dessert wines. As always, I want to hear from you in the comments. What wine variety should I do next? And peace, love, and soul train. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.